Hi guys, hope you're well. Here's a short, easy video for you to practice at home. So I'm not going to go through the beginning relaxation or the breathing because you know that. So we'll begin still by lying down on our backs in Shavasana. So take the feet to the corners of the mat, take the arms out by the sides, palms facing up. And just take a few breaths to get settled, to get grounded. Allow the body to become heavy. And then when you're ready, bring the feet together and bring the arms above the head. Give yourself a nice big full body stretch. Stretch all the way from the fingers and toes, all the way up and down the right side, all the way up and down the left side. Nice big stretch. Bring some space into the body. And then take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. And we're going to take the body over to the right side, coming into our banana asana. So like a gentle C shape with the body. So we should feel a nice stretch down the left side of the body. Nice big deep breaths into the left ribs. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can bring the left leg and cross it over the right ankle. But if that's too much for you, then just leave it resting on the ground. 2 more big breaths here. And then come back to center. Nice big stretch in the center. And take it over to the left side this time. So this time the left hand grasps the right wrist. Just gently pull that right wrist over to the left side. And the legs come over to the left. So making that banana shape on the left side. Should feel a really nice opening down the right side of the body. And again, if you want to, you can try crossing that right leg over the left ankle. If you want to intensify the stretch. If not, just stay here and take some nice big breaths into the right ribs. Well done, coming back to center. 1 more big stretch up through the fingers and the toes. And then draw the knees into the chest. Wrap the hands around the knees. And just gently start to rock backwards and forwards, massaging that low spine. Maybe making some gentle circles. Whatever feels nice for the glutes, for the hips, for the low back. And then maybe bringing the forehead up towards the knees and giving yourself a really nice big squeeze, a nice big hug. Well done, and relax the head back down. Extend the legs out in front of you this time. We're going to take some single leg raises just to stretch out the back of the hamstrings. So the palms come flat down either side of the body. Flex the feet towards you. On an inhale, we're going to raise the right leg all the way up to the sky. Nice and slow and controlled. Just to wherever you can feel that edge. Check in with the grounded leg. Make sure this leg isn't flopping out to the side. We want to keep both legs nice and active. And then bring the hands to the back of the right thigh. Interlace the fingers and gently pull that leg towards you. Keep pressing the shoulders down into the mat. And then start to take some slow circles with that right ankle. Going one way, and then change directions. Bringing some movement into all those tiny bones in the feet. Lovely. And then when when you're ready, on an exhale, we're going to draw the forehead up towards the knee and walk the hands a little bit further up the leg. So maybe around the back of the shin, around the ankle, or if you're feeling extra flexible, first two fingers around the big toes, wherever is right for you today. And just gently start to bring the forehead closer to the knee. Imagine that there's an orange between the chin and the chest, so we're working to keep the neck nice and strong, but we're also strengthening those neck flexors at the front of the neck. Nice, slow, steady breaths. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Well done. Slowly start to bring the shoulders back down, the head back down. Keep hold of the outside of that right leg and gently take that leg out to the side. Keep the left hand planted on the left hip so that we don't roll over onto the right hip. We should start to feel a nice stretch down the inside of the right thigh. Nice big slow steady breaths. Well done. Now bending that right knee and hug the knee in towards the right armpit. So on the outside of the ribs, give it a nice big squeeze, massaging the digestive system. Well done. Then release that leg all the way up to the sky. And on an exhale, slowly float it back down. And just close the eyes and check in with how the body feels. Notice any difference between the right and the left side. And then on an inhale, we're going to slowly raise this left leg all the way up to the sky. Flex that foot towards you, interlace the fingers around the back of the thigh, and gently pull that leg towards you. Keep pressing the shoulders back down and towards the mat. And then we're going to slowly start to rotate that left foot and left ankle. Imagine that we're oiling the joints. And then change directions. Nice. And then on an exhale, we're slowly going to bring the forehead up towards the knee, and we're going to walk the hands a little bit further up the leg. So taking hold of wherever feels comfortable for you. Engage the core. Keep the chin slightly lifted from the chest. See if you can find some softness in the face. Well done. Slowly lowering the shoulders and the head back down onto the mat. Keep supporting the outside of that left leg with the left hand. Plant the right hand on top of the right hip and take that left leg out to the side. Full long inhalations. Long, slow exhalations. Well done. Bending that left knee, hugging it into the outside of the left ribs. Give it a nice big squeeze. Working into the other side of the digestive system. And then as you inhale, bring that leg all the way up to the sky. And exhale to slowly lower it down. Lovely. Separate the feet, separate the hands. Take a mini shavasana. Just allow the benefits of what we've just done to assimilate into the body. Allow it to soak into the bones and the joints. Now bending the knees, bring the soles of the feet onto the ground. We're going to keep the feet about hip distance apart and just work into the hips. So bring the right ankle to rest on top of the left knee. Bring the hands onto the belly. And just allow this right knee to drop out to the side. Keep pressing the sacrum, the bottom of the back, the lower back into the ground. And just imagine that we're sending that right knee away from us. So we're working into this right hip crease. If that's enough for you, stay here, close your eyes, bring your hands to your belly and just focus on those nice big belly breaths. As you inhale, feel the belly rise. As you exhale, feel it fall back down to the spine. If you want to intensify the stretch, we're going to take the right hand through the gap in the legs, lift the left foot off the ground, and either interlace the fingers around the back of the left thigh, or if you want even more of a stretch, around the front of the left shin. See if you can flex that foot and maybe get the shin parallel to the ceiling. And where we're still working here is into the outside of this right hip crease. So still imagine that we're sending that right knee away from us. Pressing that sacrum down into the ground. Lovely, releasing the hands, keeping the legs as they are. And just dropping the legs over to the left side, coming into our supine spinal twist. Open the arms out to the side. If you want to intensify this stretch, it's a really nice one for low back pain. You can come into eagle legs on that side, so wrapping the right leg over the left, see if you can hook the foot behind the ankle and then drop the knees over. And you'll notice you'll get a more intense stretch. What we want to do is try and keep this right shoulder onto the mat, so rather than allowing it to lift off. Doesn't matter how low the knees come down over to the left. Just allow gravity to stretch and release the spine. As you inhale, coming back up to center, planting the soles of the feet again, bringing the hands back to the belly. Left ankle comes to rest on top of the right knee this time. And just allow that left knee to drop out to the side. Close the eyes. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Again, we've got an option to intensify the stretch by passing the left hand through the gap in the legs. Interlace the fingers either around the back of the thigh or around the front of the shin, whichever feels right for you. Flex that right foot towards you. See if you can bring a parallel with the shin to the ceiling. Just notice any sensations. And if it feels really tight in that left hip crease, send the out breath there. See if you can find a little bit of softness. Okay, release the hands, bring that foot back down onto the ground and drop the legs over onto the left side, onto the right side, sorry. Extending the arms out, palms facing up. You've got an option here to keep the head neutral or to turn the head to the opposite way to the legs, to see if that gives you a little extra stretch. Entirely up to you. And again, if you want to go for that extra stretch here, we just take this cross leg a little bit stronger. So we take the right leg over the left, but see if we can hook that foot behind the ankle. But again, whatever feels right for your body. Keeping the left shoulder planted. Well done, and then slowly coming back up to center. Let's take the legs out as wide as the mat and just drop the knees in towards each other. Couple of breaths here to neutralize the spine and the hips. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and drop the knees out to the side this time. So we're making a diamond shape with the legs. Butterfly shape. If you feel any pinches or twinges on the outside of the hips, you can make fists and rest the tops of the legs on the fists. If not, just allow the knees to drop out to the sides. Allow gravity to do the work. Slowly draw the knees in together. Bring the knees back into the chest. Gentle rock side to side. And then bring the hands to the back of the thighs. This time we're going to rock gently backwards and forwards. Nice and slow and controlled. You can make these movements as small or as big as you like. What we're doing is massaging the whole length of the spine. All those muscles that can get tight and sticky and knotty, especially when we're spending more time on the couch. And then when you're ready, coming into any comfortable seated position. So we'll just take some time to work on the shoulders and the upper back where we hold a lot of our tension. So bringing the hands to rest on the knees, allow the chin to drop down to the chest. Allow the weight of the head to stretch out through that cervical spine. Nice big breaths. And then on an inhale, we're going to slowly draw the chin over towards the left shoulder. Feeling a stretch all the way down the right side of the neck. And then we have an option here to extend the right arm out to the side. So we've got a line all the way from the crown of the head, down through the neck, the shoulder, down towards the end of the right hand. And just start to open and close that right hand. Really stretch the fingers open and then make a tight fist. And then start to make a figure of 8 with that wrist. So we're rolling through the wrist. Bringing some movement and stretch into the forearms. And maybe just lift the chin slightly. So we're coming into a slightly different area of stretch on the neck. Lovely. Bring that right hand back down. Slowly allow the chin to drop all the way down through the center of the chest. Hold it here for a breath. And then inhale to come up over the opposite shoulder. Feeling any small sensations in the neck and the shoulders. One side most likely feels a bit tighter than the extending that left arm all the way out. Make a fist with the fingers and then extend the fingers. Close and extend. Open and close. Really stretch those fingers, stretch the hands. And then make a fist and start to make some figure of eights with the wrist. So many people have issues with their wrists for whatever reason, so it's really important to bring some movement, some fluidity into the wrists. And then maybe lift the chin slightly to feel a different stretch. Lovely, drop that hand back down to the knee and roll the chin back down through center. And inhale, come back up. Extending the arms out in front, interlace the fingers and push the hands away from you. So it's a nice stretch of the shoulders. Keep the spine nice and tall and straight. Try not to round through the back. We want to be nice and tall and straight. Pressing down into the sit bones, extending those fingers in front. And as you inhale, we're going to reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Really pushing the hands up away from you. And then we're going to take the stretch over to the right side. Keep the chest nice and open. Try not to collapse through the chest. Keep the chest open. Look to the hands. Creating space all the way down the left side of the body. Lovely. Coming back up to center. Pushing those hands all the way up. Lift and lengthen. And come all the way over to the left side this time. Looking up to the sky. Nice big breaths. Well done, come back up to center, release the hands, give them a nice shake out. Change the cross of the legs. And we're going to do a seated cat-cow. So bring the hands down either side of the body. Draw the chest through the shoulders. Press the chest forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Create that back cleavage. It's the only cleavage I'll ever have. So create a back cleavage. Really open the chest. Open the heart. And as you exhale, we're going to round the spine. Bring the hands onto the knees. Draw the chin to the chest. Create space across the shoulders. And inhale. Chest comes through the shoulders. Squeeze the back. Lift the chin slightly. Push the chest forward. And again, exhale to round. Bring in some flexibility, some movement into the whole spine. Lovely. Then bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Bring the right hand behind you. Just a gentle spinal twist. So twisting from the thoracic spine, from the mid-spine. We're not twisting from the hips, we're twisting from the mid-spine. Lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, twist to look over the right shoulder. Spine nice and tall and straight. Nice big breaths, using the whole of the torso to breathe in and out. Imagine that you're inflating a nice big balloon inside the chest cavity. And exhale, come back to center. Switching sides, the right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind you. Lift and lengthen, and twist to look over the left shoulder. Well done. Coming back to center. This time we're going to come onto all fours. We're not going to spend too long on here because I know lots of people have issues with their wrists. So just stacking the hips over the knees, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, spreading the fingers out, pressing down through the fingertips. And as you inhale, we're going to raise the right arm all the way up. Open the chest, look to the hands. And I want you to imagine that you're pulling this hand down through treacle. Nice and slowly and mindfully. And then slide that arm underneath the opposite arm. Come to rest on the right side, the right shoulder. Keep the hips lifted nice and high. If you want to take a little bit of a further stretch, bring that left arm around and see if you can wrap it around the right hip crease. Keep opening this left shoulder. Lovely, then release that hand, plant the left hand back down, start to draw the right arm all the way up. Look to the hand and exhale to bring it down. Same on the other side. Spread the fingers, press down through the fingertips of the right hand. Inhale to lift the left arm all the way up. Look to the hand, open the chest. Nice big stretch up. And as you exhale, draw that hand down through treacle. Nice and slow and controlled. And slide it underneath the body. Come to rest on the left shoulder this time. And again, if you want an extra stretch, bring that right arm around and wrap it around the left hip crease. Just keep focusing on opening that right shoulder up. Well done. Release the right hand back down. Slide the left arm all the way up, open the chest, look to the hand, and draw that hand all the way back down onto the ground. This time we're going to slide, we're going to come to tuck the toes underneath, tuck the toes underneath and slide the hips up and back, coming into a downward facing dog. So just keep the knees nice and bent here, paddle the feet out left and right. Bring some movement into the hamstrings. We've already stretched the hamstrings at the start of the class, so you shouldn't feel too tight here. Take some hip sways if that feels nice. Bend the knees. And then find some stillness in your downward facing dog. Hips nice and high. Head between the arms. Find some space across the collarbones. And then we're going to walk with control to the front of the mat. See if you can plant the heel down and then the toe. Lovely. Come to a forward fold. Take hold of either elbow and just release the head down. I'm swallowing my t-shirt. Take some gentle sways side to side. If you need to, keep a nice generous bend in the knees. Just release the head, give it a little shake, a little nod. Taking all that pressure off the spine. Bringing the hands onto the tops of the feet, bringing the forehead towards the knees. We're just going to slowly come up, so give a nice bend in the knees, draw the hands up the legs, slowly coming up. And you've lost me. Bring the arms out in front, come up onto tiptoes, and we're going to come down nice and slowly, so bend the knees, slow as you can go with control. Over here for a second. Lovely, and all the way down. However you get there, as long as it's mindfully, don't flop down. Take the legs out nice and wide this time. Flex the feet towards you. Again, make sure that we're sitting up nice and tall. We don't want to be rounding through the spine here. We want to have a nice, tall, straight spine. So if it helps you, you can maybe pop a blanket or a a towel underneath you just to lift the hips a little bit if you're finding that you're really rounding through the spine. So just remove the flesh from the sit bones, roll the groins back. As you inhale, going to bring both arms up. Exhale, turn to the right. We're going to come up and over and take hold of the right leg, wherever feels comfortable for you. As long as you keep a connection with the body, keep flexing the feet towards you. Either bring the nose towards the knee, or if you're feeling fancy, the chin towards the shin. And inhale to come back up, raise the arms all the way up. This time we're going to turn to look over the left leg, lift and lengthen, and come all the way down. Again, you can take a bend in the knees as well if it's uncomfortable for you at any point. Lovely. Inhale to slowly come up. This time we're going to take the right foot to rest on the inside of the left thigh. We're going to swing the left leg behind. So the legs are in a zigzag shape, so this is called a deer pose. And then we're going to turn the torso to the right side, come onto the fingertips, lift the chest up high. A little twist in the spine, a little stretch for the hips. You should also feel a nice stretch on the front side of the body. If you want to take this a little bit stronger, you can plant that right hand down, lift the hips up and extend the left arm up and away. Press the hips forwards. And exhale to come down. Extend the legs out in front. Take a little window wiper with the legs. So take the feet wider than the hips and just rock the knees side to side. And then same on the other side, extend the right leg out. The left foot comes in towards the inside of the right thigh. And then we're going to swing that right leg behind us. Legs coming into that zigzag shape again. So inhale as we lift and lengthen and twist to come over to the left side, coming onto the fingertips. Lift the chest. And again, if you want to take it a little bit stronger, you can plant that left hand down and start to press the hips forward, extend the right arm, look to the hand. Very nice, coming all the way down. And this time we're going to come to lie on our front. So if you want to, you can just neutralize the legs again with your window wiper action before we come down onto our front. Okay, great. So rolling over, lying down onto the mat, make a pillow with the hands. Rest on one cheek, bring the toes together and allow the heels to drop out to the side. And just start to breathe deeply into the belly. Then we're going to bring both hands underneath the shoulders, bring the forehead down onto the mat. Nice and slow and controlled. We're going to come up into a baby cobra. So start to peel the forehead off the mat. Peel the chest up. And I want you to imagine that you're pulling the mat with your fingertips. So you're coming forwards and up. So rather than just cranking the back up, we want to come up in a nice, easy C shape. So pulling with the fingertips and gently coming up. Pressing into the tops of the feet, even into the little toes. Take the pressure off that low back. And just see if you can take your hands off the mat for a minute. Using the strength in the back to hold yourself. If not, don't worry, keep the hands planted. Neck nice and long. Squeeze the shoulder blades back down the spine. Well done, and release. This time we're going to come onto the forearms for our Sphinx pose. So bring the elbows underneath the shoulder. Palms, the forearms are straight out in front. And just allow yourself to drop down through the shoulders so you can feel the difference. So this is where we're relaxed and passive. Then we want to start to lift the chest. Again, pulling that forward pulling motion as we're creating length in the spine, but we're also creating strength in the arms, the biceps and the triceps. Lovely. If you have any issues with your elbows or your arms here, you can maybe pop a blanket underneath your arms for some extra support. Now we're going to slide the right knee all the way alongside the body into our half frog position. Just take a couple of breaths here as we open the front of that right hip. And then when you're ready, we'll slide the left arm underneath the right and we'll open out the chest. Bring that right arm all the way across. Allow this leg, allow this knee to lift. What we want to do is come in to lie on our back, so we're in a twist position. Doesn't matter how high or low this knee is. It can be up here if needs be. Taking a couple more breaths here. Nice stretch across the shoulders and the chest, the pecs. And then exhale, rolling all the way across, extend the leg back down, come back onto the forearms and slide the left knee up alongside the body for our half frog on the opposite side. Couple of breaths here. Keep lifting the chest, keep imagining that we're drawing the shoulders down the back. And then sliding the left arm underneath the body, sorry, wrong way. Sliding the right arm underneath the body and opening the left arm all the way up across the chest. Allow that left knee just to lift if it needs to. Nice big open twist. Couple more breaths here. Well done, and then rolling back over onto the front, pressing back into a child's pose. So take the knees nice and wide, bring the toes together, sit back on the heels, extend the hands out in front, and the forehead comes down onto the mat. Might feel nice to just give the forehead a little massage, a little roll to the left and the right. And if you feel like your forehead's coming nowhere near the ground, then make a fist with the hands, stack the fists and rest your forehead on the fists. Visualize that flow of prana, that life force, the breath all around the body. What we're doing in yoga is unblocking those energy blockages through the chakras, through the energy centers, and allowing the energy to flow more freely, allowing the breath to flow more freely. Well done, and slowly coming up onto the knees. Dropping the knees over to the right, sitting on the right side of the knees. Bring the left leg over the right knee. If you feel like you're not on your sit bones, then extend that right leg out in front for our Ardha Matsyendrasana, our half spinal twist. Taking the right hand and wrapping it around the left knee. Bring the left hand behind you and just gently start to twist to look over the left shoulder. Hug this knee in towards the abdomen. Send the breath all the way up and down the spine. switching legs, extend that left leg out, take the right leg over the left. Start to hug, start to pull the belly in towards the spine, pull that right leg in towards you. Right hand comes behind you. Left arm comes all the way up, and then hug in that right leg. Inhale to lift and lengthen, exhale to twist. Amazing, coming all the way back to center. And this time we're going to come back to lie down on the mat for our final asana, which is our bridge pose. So bringing the soles of the feet down onto the ground, bring them as close to the bum as you can. And we want the knees about hip distance apart. We don't want the knees to drop out to the sides. So bring the arms down by the side of the body, palms flat down. And we're going to do it really nice and slowly. So as you breathe in, we're just going to start to peel the tailbone. Pressing the heels down firmly into the ground. Start to lift the low back. Coming up to the mid-spine. The upper back. Going all the way up towards the shoulders. Lift the hips up nice and high. Press the heels down into the ground. And once you're up here, I want you to imagine that you're squeezing a block in between the thighs. And as soon as you do that, you'll start to feel the glutes fire up and engage. You'll start to feel the thighs become active. Nice, big, slow breaths. Again, I want you to imagine that you've got that orange between the chin and the chest. So there's just a small gap there. Keep pressing the hips up high. And as slow as you can, we're going to melt the spine down onto the ground. So one vertebra at a time, melt it down. As slow as you can go. Maybe close the eyes and just feel the sensations. Every part of the back as it slowly melts onto the mat. Done, all the way down. And then we're going to take a happy baby pose just to press the back down into the mat to open the hips. So bring the hands to the outside of the feet. The soles of the feet come towards the ceiling. The knees are to the outside of the ribs, and just gently rock side to side. Find what feels good here. If you can't reach the feet, just take hold of the ankles. Well done. And then extending the legs to the corners of the mat. Allow the feet to drop out to the sides. Take the arms out by the side of the body, palms facing up, coming into your final Shavasana. Allow the body to become heavy. Allow the breath to become soft and natural. Any thoughts that come into the mind, just let them float away. Don't become entangled in them. This is your time to rest and repair. What we've done is wring the body out, we've squeezed it, we've soaked it, we've massaged the whole body. By doing that, we're allowing ourselves to come back into a state of homeostasis or balance. And that's when the body is most effective, when the immune system functions the best. So bringing your awareness awareness down to the soles of the feet. Allowing the toes, the bottoms of the feet, tops of the feet to completely relax. Relax the ankles, the shins, the calves, soften the knees and the thighs. Feel the weight of the whole of the legs as they soften and relax. Relax the hips and the pelvis. Relaxing the lower back and the belly. We hold a lot of stress and tension in the belly and the guts, so just give your stomach permission to relax. All of the internal organs, the lungs and liver, and the heart. Allow them to become soft and slow. Relaxing the whole chest and back. Bringing awareness down to the fingertips. Allow the fingers, the backs of the hands, the palms of the hands, and the wrists to become soft and relaxed. Relax the lower arms, the elbows, and the upper arms. The whole arms are completely relaxed. Relax the shoulders. Allow that tension to float up and away. Relax the neck. Soften the jaw. Relax the cheeks. Relax the ears, the eyelids, the forehead, and the scalp. The whole face and head, soft and relaxed. And most importantly, relax the mind. Relax the mind. The gift of health is keeping me alive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Taking a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it out in a sigh. And again, big inhale. And let it go. Amazing. Bring the feet together. Roll over onto the left or the right side. Make a pillow with the hands. Keep the eyes closed and just take a couple of breaths here. ready, planting that palm down and gently pushing yourself up. Keep the eyes closed. Come into any comfortable seated position. Find a nice tall straight spine. Bring the hands together in Namaskar, prayer pose. Thank you for your attention, for your focus, for your energy. Thank you for giving me the time to practice with me. We're going to say one Om together to send all that amazing energy out into the world to whoever needs it most. So take a deep inhale. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.